A very good afternoon, Team Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. Let us agree one thing. The opposition was heavily infiltrated, compromised, and 100% useless. If you go to 2008, the opposition won the elections, but advice from internally placed people disrupted everything, made ZANU-PF reorganized, and pushed the MDC to GNU, which then brought back ZANU-PF into game. So many soldiers, young soldiers to be specific, perished during that period. That is the moment and period where the opposition would have mobilized in its strongholds so as to force Robert Mugabe out. He has been defeated, or he had been defeated already by Tsvangirai. They dilly-dallied with everything, delayed coming out with the results. The opposition had the majority. Despite the issues of Anangube dividing the votes, the opposition already had the majority. And if you calculate the percentages, you would see that Tsvangirai had won overwhelmingly. But the opposition never gained power because of people like Wallace Chibikira, who want to talk about right here. Mudzuri is speaking about Tsvangirai's head of security, who officially, recently, joined the ZANU-PF, and is talking about loss to the opposition. There is no loss to the opposition. These are people who are simply going back home. When you get out of your home and go to work, and when you come back from work, the workplace does not suffer any loss. You are simply somebody who just made a decision to go back home where you belong. These are people who have been ZANU-PF, but were deployed to be in certain areas. Nelson Chamisa managed to figure this out. Nelson Chamisa made a thorough decision, which is to disband every idiot. So he has done his best so far. I know that it will be very difficult to clean 100%, but at least the cleansing has gone beyond 90%. There are several people who have been in politics for money, in politics to disrupt things, in politics to do all sorts of things to keep the ZANU-PF regime in power. Take a look on how they behaved during the GNU. You can count on few ministers who delivered. The rest of them were simply charlatans, working on themselves, upgrading themselves, doing nothing to show that they were serious about taking power in 2018. This is the reason why Tsvangirai brought in Nelson Chamisa, because he knew that if he was to say, let us go to an elective congress so that we can have these people or we can have other people to take over, like Vana Chamisa. Vaidyiwa because of these charlatans vanenge vachidisha out money, varimo from within, controlling every institution and everything. That is the reason why you hear about the much touted defeat of Nelson Chamisa. Yekuti Monzora defeated Chamisa. It's because these things were being done pachishandiswa rigging tactics from ZANU-PF, because ZANU-PF was at the center of everything within the opposition. How was the opposition going to be militant enough to dislodge ZANU-PF when people like Wallace Chibikira, who was head of security, was within, at the center of everything? If he was there to protect Tsvangirai, he was supposed to be the first person to defend Advocate Nelson Chamisa. But he wasn't there for Nelson Chamisa. Is because this is a man who was working against everything and anything Tsvangirai was doing. You ask how Tsvangirai was poisoned, yet you have people who have been part and parcel of the opposition, but now their characteristics are now being seen and shown to everybody. So knowledge says, which house do you want to put in order when you sold out? You know, vesava vananingi vesava vanamdzuri vesava. Very, 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 very foolish and sellouts. Tsvangirai trusted these people. and he thought that he was working with the best people ever, but he was wrong. But Nelson Chamisa has finally picked it. That is the reason why there is a proverb yekuti munhu famba netimu yako wega kwete kugara naka. Zvainzi kugara naka wona dzevamwe kuya hazvichashandi because hakuna dzacho dzekuchiona ike zvino. Nelson Chamisa must clearly put out a team 100% organic ine vanhu vari kuda politics dzeshanduko mukati, not machalatans achakudza kuti president ngatipinde mroad and they will be supplying information to the regime so as to destroy you. They will be supplying critical information to the regime. Next thing, you will be charged with the treason. Ivo vanenge vakuchimhanya manje. Chavari kuda ndechoti wachajwa netreason vauza kuti you are no longer a threat because you will be thrown behind bars for very long periods. So we need to have a total cleansing within the opposition. This is the phase we are in. How the opposition is going to be militant, how the opposition is going to respond to ZANU PF issues of threatening, beating and maiming others will be seen. Hazviite kuti opposition inoramba yakangopeta maoko vachingorohwa takangotarisa. But at times you have to understand the position yauinayo kuti ndikadzorera ndiri panapa vanhu vanondibatirana maoko vakandizvambaradza. So you put yourself in a place where you have proper people to defend you left, right and center. Once you have proper people to defend you left, right and center, you then launch your own attacks. You are now fighting back. You are now fighting back the enemy. Hazvirambidzwe kudzorera kana warohwa. But you have to know the rightful time yekudzorera and the rightful place yekudzorera. Unodzorera una nachimubikirwa. And the next thing is you are defeated and you wonder, how am I defeated? So there is a lot which has happened within the opposition politics. A lot which has happened. Right now, they are thinking kuti vavapedza basa, vakuchipeka mabhega vachidzokera kumusha. Because they believe kuti Nelson Chamisa apera is no longer influential. But is that so? 100%